Hi guys, so today we're going to talk about a bit different pattern altogether, or maybe a format as far as the grammar is concerned of CET. So it's basically column based, grammar wherein you have to arrange two sentences. This was introduced last year, newly actually. So we've got column number 1, we've got column number 2, and certain sentences are given out here. Now, to be very honest, this is one of the easiest thing that you can get in your paper. Trust me, because these kind of questions are actually easy to crack. Now, if you look at what needs to be done out here, so you will get this kind of question along with these kind of options out here. Now, whenever you approach these kind of questions, I would advise you not to read all the things and then go ahead with the question, but try to understand column number 1 first of all, and try to read these things completely and try to understand what connects to the column number 1 wala question. So say I'll read this entire thing and they'll try to match iske sath kya jayega out of these 3. So if you read this one and if you read this one, we will not be able to get the answer. So just go one by one. Now you have one option that you can go one by one wherein you read it actually. If not, then you go with the options, right? Because even in the options we've been given all these things. So if you look at, we can go for जो ऑप्शन ज्यादा आता है, मान लो अगर AE 2 बार रिपीट हुआ है, then you can try to work out on AE. अगर CD 2 बार रिपीट हुआ है, then you can try to connect C with D, something like that. If not, then just go one by one. So if you look at 8 months into the financial year, the center's fiscal deficit has already overshot. So when you read this, right, do not try to read these two things or anything else. Overshot, right? तो जब ओवरशॉट के बारे में बात करेंगे तब क्या आएगा? ओवरशॉट टू एक तो आ सकता है या फिर ओवरशॉट बाय आ सकता है, राइट? इन दोनों में से कुछ ना कुछ आ सकता है. सो दिस इज वेयर यू नाउ नीड टू हंट क्योंकि ओवरशॉट टू या फिर बाय है. देन यू कैन काइंड ऑफ स्क्रॉल थ्रू और काइंड ऑफ चेक थ्रू. सो इफ यू लुक एट हियर योर ई स्टेटमेंट दैट शोज द फुल ईयर्स बजट एस्टिमेट बाय, ठीक है? सो ये बाय यहाँ पे आपको मिल गया, तो यहाँ पे आपको एक क्लू मिल गया कि चलो ठीक है ये आंसर हो सकता है. सो इफ यू लुक एट यहाँ पे द कनेक्शन इज AE, right? So that's how you kind of get it. So then you can look at okay, where AE has been mentioned. So AE has been mentioned out here. Then you might want to go ahead and try to kind of club these things. मान लो if you have AE then AF and then BD, मान लो अगर ये ऑप्शन ऐसा होता तो फिर आपको चेक करना पड़ता है कि यार AF और BD साथ में जा रहा है कि नहीं जा रहा है. बट मोस्टली अगर सिंगुलर ऑप्शन है और वो कहीं पे भी रिपीट नहीं हुआ है, 99.99% वही आपका आंसर होगा and you can kind of move ahead. If you look at the other question, right, since NBFCs were taking on the risks that banks did not, so you have A, then you can say that banks did not immediately raise on the impact. There was also a concern that any risk, the funding. So I do not see anything that is going with this as of now. Then let's move ahead with the second one. So if you look at B, since banks were the major providers of funding for NBFC, so funding has been talked out here. So since is here, okay, we'll kind of pause it. Then if you read out here, funding has been mentioned out here. So there is a correct link out here. So B goes with F. So again, the rule says that you need to link your sentences. It is not all the time you need to kind of look at them from the grammatical perspective, but thoda context bhi aapko dekhna padega, because it is sentence arrangement, not sentence correction. So this is what you need to understand. So if you look at BF, so BF is the option out here. Do we see BF as an individual option? No. BF के साथ जोड़ी बनी है A और E की. So now let's go ahead and try to see A and E. So since NBFCs were taking on risk that banks did not, there was also a concern that any risk. Okay, so risk is here, both the things are connected, and again the sentence arrangement looks good, right? So your answer is going to be AE and BF both, right? Now if you look at AF, CE and BD, these are like coming together, but these two options are here, not getting repeated. You are like sorted for it. If you move ahead with the third question, okay, let's talk about it. This makes an inverted yield curve the most reliable indicator for predicting a recession. Okay, so they're talking about inverted yield curve out here. Now if I move ahead, is a senior fellow cannot be connected with A, and such invergence. If you look at inverted yield curve, such invergence is nothing but demonstrative pronoun. So it is talking about A. So you have a jodi which is A goes with E. Do you have that? Okay, you have that A goes with E. It has an individual thing. Okay, but as I said that you need to cross verify, it has BF also. Now let's try and understand if B and F goes, if they are connected or not. The interest rate on 2 years treasury bonds is just above 2.8%, while 10-year treasury bonds are just below 3%. This is the closest they have been since the Great Recession ended. So B and F can go together, but you also need to understand, see, because 3% is a senior fellow, see, this is not going to happen because they're talking about a senior fellow. Do we have anything mentioned about a senior fellow? Let's read C also. The Fed is widely expected to raise its largest interest rate again. So this is out. So you have D, which has been completely knocked off. So you have A that is going with E. So A and E jodi is there. So B and F now go hand in hand. So you can mark this option. Let's see what goes with C. The Fed is widely expected to raise its target interest rate again. E cannot go with C. This is the closest they have. This is the closest. Okay, when you say this is the closest, here they're only talking about expected to raise its rate of interest, but they have not mentioned any rate of interest out here. Had they mentioned it, this would have been possible. That's the reason this is also knocked off. So the final answer is going to be AE and BF. So guys, this is a quick kind of an understanding that how can you actually go ahead and try to solve this question. So look at the first of all, so if you can put the rules number 1, try to read column number 1 carefully and then move to column number B or column number 2, where you try to connect sentence with what is there in the A of column number 1. Try to understand the individual options, and if individual option is only there, then mostly that will be the answer. If individual option comes with another pair or another option in here, then yes, this is something that you need to cross verify. You can expect these questions to come for like 5 marks, and these are the easiest ones, right? So this is something that you need to understand. Don't get surprised or don't get shocked by seeing these kind of questions in your exam. They are easy, they are doable, manageable, and more than that, they are actually scoring. So these are the low hanging fruits for you. Now here onwards I will be uploading grammar questions. I will be also talking about how to attempt 25 questions of grammar in your CET verbal. So kindly subscribe to the channel and stay tuned to my videos. Thank you so much for your time.